Plus size modeling and colorism, definitely a thing.
And why do people think that plus size women cannot find love?
You see, the problem with the body positive movement is the fact that change is a bad thing.
I need to know what Drake really meant by BBW.
Welcome to Curves Rock Happy Hour. It's me, the Chanel Nicole.
Hi, I'm Monet, etc.
And the turnip queen is back, Ayana.
And Miss Diva Doll is on vacation, so she won't be with us this episode.
All right, so today we're going to start off talking about Serena Williams. Now, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the fact that the French Open was this weekend, right?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
But this was her first episode, but her first time back as far as, getting back into tennis. And they actually made her start, come in unseated. Like, she was fighting about that.
And they made, I was like, come on.
Yeah, how you go out number one and then you come back and they're like.
Is impeccable. There's no way that she should have been all the way down there.
Right. So the biggest thing with her, she decided that she had to pull out because she was having some issues with her arm. She said it was making it almost impossible for her to serve. So she'll probably have to have some type of surgery.
Right.
But when she went in to talk to the commentators, this is where I had an issue. So one of the guys, he wanted to ask her a question. He's like, "Oh, I've been waiting 14 years to ask you this question." But listen to what this question is, because this is absolutely ridiculous. He says, hold on, it's coming. He says, "I've been waiting 14 years to ask you this question. After the 2004 Wimbledon match with Maria," so y'all know that's who she was actually supposed to be playing, Maria Sharapova.
Right.
And he said, "I had an opportunity to interview Donald Trump on his LA golf course. And he said that Maria's shoulders were incredibly alluring. And then..."
Weird.
Alluring?
Yes, that they were alluring, okay? "And because they were alluring, that you were intimidated by her super good looks. And so my question is, have you ever been intimidated by anyone on the tennis court? And what are your thoughts about that occurrence?"
Why would she be intimidated by her good looks? Like, I just feel like that was totally out of order. Like, who waits 14 years to ask somebody a question? Like,
Wait a minute. So let's rewind. He asked Donald Trump this question 14 years ago, and he kept that in his little box?
He's saying that, that question happened with, that situation happened 14 years ago when he was with Donald Trump.
Why would you go out there? You know what?
I don't understand. 14 years? And you
But I don't understand what your shoulders got to do with you beating me, because they look good. Like, you put a little body lava on them, that don't mean you're going to play better than me.
Yeah. Looks don't even determine. Like, somebody gets on the tennis court and it's like, "Oh, she's so beautiful.
Right.
I don't think I could play her."
I think her response was super classy. She said, "I honestly don't have any thoughts about that. I can't say I have ever been intimidated by anyone. That's all. That's it."
Very classy. She didn't feed into it or anything, just simply answered. Because, sometimes when people are responding to, I want to say, when they clap back or they're kind of responding, sometimes they tend to put the other person down in the process. And usually when you respond, that shouldn't be your goal, especially if the person is not who said it.
Oh, well,
she didn't say it, you know?
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be fair to say something that would make her feel bad about something she didn't even say.
Right.
So speaking of Serena, don't she have a new clothing line coming?
She does. She has a new clothing line. It started on May 30th. She released it. And it's online, so it's online based. But in addition to being online based, it's named after her, entitled after her, Serena. So with Serena being plus size, so to speak, at least to me, she's plus size.
She's plus size.
Yeah. A lot of people, it's questionable. It's like people are saying, I'm not sure just because she's so athletic, but she's definitely plus size. I was really surprised to look at her line and see that the sizes range from extra small to extra large. That's it. And that's 0 to 14. If you're not in those sizes, she's not catering to you.
that I guess that makes me question: is she catering to that size? Because maybe she wears those size predominantly. I don't know what size she wears.
That booty is definitely not a 14. You're not gonna tell me that it is.
I am going to tell you that it is. Actually,
I don't think she's
No.
bigger than a 14. Honestly,
Waist wise, her waist could probably be
her
about
waist
a
is
12.
super small. Yeah.
But her butt is not a 14. I know.
I think
what
it
butt
is. I think it is.
I
She
don't
reminds
think
me,
so.
you know, the trainer, what's her name? Noah?
Anawa.
Anawa, yeah.
Yes,
Anawa.
please
Like,
say
she
her
remi-
name right, because that is my sister.
No, her body type reminds me.
Bye. So sweet with my camera.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Soror.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying.
No, what I'm saying is, so when I met her,
You
she
know?
said her dress size
I
was a
don't.
12.
Damn.
She said her dress size was a 12, right? I feel like her and Serena have similar body shapes, in my opinion. So if she's a 12, I could imagine Serena being a 12.
Yes, but maybe the pictures are exaggerated, but the pictures I've seen of Serena,
Okay.
her bottom is a lot heavier than
Yes, so Rose.
yeah. It is.
I think
All
it's.
these sorors just
I actually saw her. I've
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
seen
No,
her in
I-
person, so body wise, I'm able to see. So with Serena, I don't know. It could just
Right.
be the cameras. It could
Right.
be the way paparazzi is.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
But it definitely looks.
I want to say hi, Takisha, because she's watching. Hi.
So what else I'll say about her line? There were some cute pieces though. Even though it wasn't necessarily okay, most of the plus size community is not going to be able to wear it. I thought that there were some nice pieces. Now,
Okay.
what I will say is when you get to a nice piece, so one of the nice pieces they had, it was basically I guess a sweatsuit with a crop top, and then it has joggers or whatever.
Okay.
And that was price range. I think both pieces together came up to maybe like $130. So
I don't think that's bad.
no, I
No.
don't.
And
what's that
and
for?
it's very
designer.
clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, her designs are very clean. I like
So-
clean clothes because clean clothes are classic, which means that when it's not trending anymore, you can still wear it again and again at another time, and it's like timeless. But when you get into all these different like trendy things, then it's good for that moment until that moment comes again. Unless you're
Yeah,
not
I
into-
definitely felt like all her stuff was classic. She had a nice jacket on there. It was black with metallic. I think that was running for like maybe $215 or something.
Wait.
Also, yes.
Let's back up a second.
Okay.
Because you said what's wrong with that price is designer. Are we calling Serena a designer now?
She is. She's
are we
been a designer.
Wait, are we? But when I hear designer, I'm thinking like Runway and Alexander McQueen and all that stuff. Is she up there, or is she like a new line at Target came out?
Well, see, they all require design or designer.
That's
can't do
but I'm
Somebody
saying
who
the
has
price
to
wise.
sketch it and say this is.
What are you talking
But am I
about?
sketching it? But I'm saying, so what I'm thinking is like, for example, Hunter. The Hunter line is a design line, and they put out something for Target. Would Serena, if she did that instead of releasing her own line under her own name, would it still be considered designer for that price?
Well, that price is not even high.
I don't know what y'all think is high.
Like if I go to
anything
The
over
joggers-
free
the joggers
is
were
high
like-
to me.
The joggers were like what, $70 some?
$70 for some sweatpants?
yeah, that's not high.
And then she had the crop
if
top.
it's, especially if it's quality clothing, then it's backed by a celebrity. I'm actually expecting it to be a little bit more. I don't even think that's high for her.
If you go and you look at like New York and Company
Expensive.
or anything like that, you see they have specific designers who they work with.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
And-
Eva Mendes collection.
Right.
It's a cute collection. Don't
Right,
get me
and it's
wrong.
higher.
It's high. No, it's not.
And
It is
usually
higher than the
it's
other
not as many
items
pieces
that you
available.
buy in there.
Yeah, and it's usually not as many pieces available. That's why like when Target has collections, people go and they
Right.
stand in this long line and they get it because usually once it's out, that's it. Once it's whatever.
I consider her a designer. She's been designing her own stuff for years, and I don't feel like just because she does tennis that that's all she can do. And if you follow anything with her, she had stuff coming out through HSN. A lot of stuff, her original stuff came out through them. So this is her going on her own.
What do you think a
boutique.
designer is?
Yes.
Like Alexander McQueen is like one of my favorite designers.
Okay.
May he rest in
But
peace.
what makes him special?
His clothing was super unique. Like you said, it was timeless and it was classic. But like half of his collections, you really wouldn't see just everyday girls wearing. You really wouldn't call it classic at all. It was super unique, and it was super like one of a kind things.
Yeah, so that's for runway.
Right.
And then
Okay.
they take it and they take the core of the outfit,
Yep.
right? So say if you see an all sheer outfit, but it has massive ruffles on it, what they want you to get from it, that in this season, ruffles and sheer is in.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
And then they'll take that same outfit and they'll make it more purchasable, so to
Yeah,
speak.
they
You
kind of
understand
they
what I'm
almost
saying?
call it like kind of ready to wear almost.
Yeah.
So like if like they do it a lot on Project Runway, they'll do a couture outfit and they'll say take that couture outfit and make it ready to wear.
Okay. You talking to somebody who only shops. I need to go straight to the
Yeah,
clearance
but
because, listen, paycheck
Yeah,
got a
but
loss.
listen, there are a lot of people who, think the same thing. So it's good to have this conversation from
Right.
different points of views.
Because I probably should have been here last week
Because
because
you're
y'all was
able to
talking about
ask-
$65 and I couldn't take it. Where was I? Dang it.
She had another piece. It was a dress.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like a, I guess, what's that style considered? I'm trying to think. Varsity, like a varsity style
Oh, yeah?
dress, zip up. I thought that was cute. I actually like the line, but the pieces that I actually like, so like I fall in that 14 range or whatever. So I'm like, oh yeah, I can buy stuff from this line. This line works for me, not everybody, and I was kind of excited, but then the stuff that I wanted didn't go beyond a large. I said, oh, okay.
But did it not go beyond the large, or was it gone already? Because I find a lot of
No,
times.
it actually didn't.
Okay.
It actually didn't. At least I didn't show up that way, which was kind of weird because, I was thinking everything would go to an extra large. Now, I could wear some stuff in the large, but like once it comes to a top, I'm definitely going to need at least an extra large or whatever. So I
Okay.
was just curious, like, why she stopped certain pieces. And you could see which ones were sold out online, like which stuff were already selling.
Yeah.
And then she also had like a bralette with underwear with the signature S. So that's going to be like a big thing that she'll kind of be pushing or whatever. And her
Yeah.
hashtag she's been using is hashtag be seen, be heard or something like that. It's kind of like the hashtag she's been using for her
Be
line.
seen, be heard.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's what's up.
Yeah. So I thought it was cool. So what's going on in the internet?
So on the internet this week, I saw on Love and Hip Hop that Tokyo and the girl Spice
Tokyo Vanity, that's my best friend.
said my
Really?
best
You know her?
friend.
First of all, that's
I
the
know.
first.
She didn't know she had to make it register. Real
Right,
quick.
you had to sing the
She's not
song.
about that life.
Okay. It's fine.
I'm fine. You don't have to worry about me.
Tokyo, we cool. We cool.
So yeah, I've been following Tokyo Vanity for a while on Instagram.
Okay.
And then the song Best Friend came out, which was really catchy.
Yeah.
And made all the girls want to grab their best friend and take a selfie video. So
Yeah.
that was really dope. So to hear that her career was going to what some may call the next level.
Yes.
By going on Love and Hip Hop, because it gives you more exposure
Right.
to more people, basically. And just watching the episode, she's very like realistic in her way of thinking, her
Right.
way of thoughts, like how she interact with people. And this was it the last episode or the one before that?
The last episode.
Yeah, they had some type of back and forth, and she sits down. They meet in a restaurant. She sits
No, I'm
down.
sorry, the one before that. Sorry, because they just went to the Dude Ranch.
Oh yes, the ranch.
Yeah.
Right. She sits down and she's like, I guess just sitting down, getting herself together, and she was like, I need to get me something to eat. And
Right.
the lady Spice is like, I don't think you want to do that, or
I don't think you need nothing else to eat.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. She definitely said that.
And from there it just went left.
Right.
And after that, she was saying that culture-wise, that's just what they do. They call
Oh, you talking about
people-
Spice?
Spice,
Yeah.
yeah. Culture-wise, that's just what they do. They call people big or whatever.
Right.
It's not a big thing. When they see their family member, they make jokes,
Right.
et cetera, et cetera. So what did you guys think about that? I think the apology was BS. Personally, I think it was BS.
I think she was definitely making a jab. Like, it's no question that she was making a jab at her about her weight and felt like, nah, you about to eat? Nah, you can hold off on that. You know what I mean? And it was rude. It was a rude comment. And then for her to come back and then say like, oh, I didn't really mean it like that. It's no other way in
To mean it.
context for you to mean
And then to
anything
blame it
but-
on your culture.
right.
No, well, I don't want to use the word blame.
Yeah, she blamed it.
She
on her
didn't
culture.
blame.
She said, "This is what we do,"
If it's what they do, then that's what they do.
but that's not why she made the comment.
Of course not. But
So she blamed it on her culture.
but different cultures do different things. So realizing that I had a conversation with one of my colleagues, her name is Chow, she's from Taiwan. I asked her about body image in Asian cultures in general. So she reverted to K-pop. K-pop is this big thing now. I don't know if y'all ever seen it.
Yeah, I seen
Chanel
No.
looks a little stuck. I'm about to say she ain't ever
What's
seen it.
K-pop?
It's where a boy band of like 4 or more Koreans get together and they rap and they sing and they're like the Backstreet Boys of Korea.
You
Okay.
haven't seen any of those? Like they have like a big like group.
They was just on Ellen today.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about Ellen. I
I've seen the
about Ellen, but I've seen-
Jabberwockies, and that's
That's-
about as far as I'm going with that.
They definitely from like California.
Just say
What?
it.
They're
What do you want me to
California.
say?
And they don't sing.
Well, they dance. They
No, it's not
entertain.
the same thing. Oh my gosh! But anyway,
I
go
just
ahead.
don't
Finish.
know what it is.
We're
It's
not about to be
okay.
racist.
I don't- How?
No, it's fine.
It's
Just let
fine.
her go. Go ahead, finish.
Okay, so in Korean culture, she was telling me some things like in junior high school, girls had skipped dinner, like on purpose, because they wanted to look like the famous singers and dancers there, and their parents would just let them, like, don't eat dinner tonight, you know, all this other weight. So Chow was like,
To not gain weight.
to not gain weight, yeah,
Okay.
to look like this famous person that they do.
Okay.
And Chow was explaining, she was like, yeah, the girls would skip dinner. Sometimes they eat like water and crackers for lunch because they wouldn't do this. And she was like, I said, well, how are you? She was like, I was 20 pounds, what they considered overweight. Mind you, this is still junior high school. But she was like, I was never picked on though, which is very, very different because, you know, junior high school out here, no matter what grade you're in, if you're considered overweight, you're being picked on first and last and in the middle and
Well,
all that in
maybe.
between.
It
You could
depends on
probably
the
be
school.
picked on
For not even
any
being,
reason.
yeah, that's what I was about
Well,
to say.
yeah,
For
but I'm
any
just saying
reason
that's a
than
main,
weight.
but it'd be
I
a
don't
main
think that would
topic
be
though.
No, I don't think always.
No, you don't think so?
No, but go
You
ahead.
do you think Spice could have talked about anything else with Tokyo besides her weight?
I mean, she could have said anything. She could have called her ugly. She could have called her broke. I mean, I can think of a lot of things people can say. Doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily have to mean that it's true.
Right.
But the other thing that they do is the parents gift them plastic surgery on their 18th
Wow.
birthday.
Really?
They go, hey, do you want this plastic
My
surgery?
mom
Go
gifted
do
me a
it.
car. Plastic surgery?
I don't think my mom celebrated my 18th birthday.
I've definitely heard of people gifting their kids plastic surgery. I was surprised. I'm surprised
Really?
to hear
Hey,
about
Billy. Sorry.
them doing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like at 18, so to speak. Like, why do they choose that age, and what are they specifically gifting them? I know, like, parents who feel like their children are struggling with some part of their body, like be it a nose, and they want a nose job, or it's like something, I don't know, with their eyes or ears. I've definitely heard of parents waiting till 18, sometimes even 16, getting their child like a nose job or stuff like that, just
Wow.
to make them feel better about themselves for whatever reason
Yeah,
they're struggling.
I've
with certain
never
stuff.
heard of that.
If you ever Google like K-pop artists, like the band,
Yeah.
all of them look the same. They may have different color hair. So it's really, and then I saw this meme on Instagram that says like Korean plastic surgeons be wildin'. Like the girl, she had like this big chubby face and she had a big nose, and I kid you not, she came out looking like the Asian version of Tyra Banks, and I was like, that's magic right there. Like that's that witchcraft they be
Wow,
talking
like,
about on
I
Instagram.
had no idea. That's interesting. I mean, to know. Like, I feel like in Black culture, weight is just relative to the situation. I feel like if you're proportionate, I feel like we do this thing where we shift as far as what's acceptable and what's not.
Okay.
Like,
So, what do you mean?
community-wise.
Okay. So, example.
I feel like we've always had this infatuation with butt,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
And then I've always heard that Caucasian people had infatuation with boobs.
That's all they had for a long time.
But I just, you know, and then, you know, it went from there to, you know, having different cultures with big butts, and it, you know, it's just like our bodies set the trend.
Do you feel like it's
For other
cultural
cultures.
appropriation?
The way somebody's body is, no.
So if they restructure their body to look like their butt being bigger and their boobs being bigger, and they get cornrows, like the whole Kim Kardashian thing.
I don't really think a person's body is cultural appropriation because there are people who are born, you know, all different kinds of ways, even though if we don't see it. Like, you might see, you know, a Caucasian girl, you're like, well, dang. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean that she had, like, butt implants. She could have been born that way. Yeah. So I feel like whenever someone can possibly be born a certain way, you can't appropriate. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, what if they enhanced it? What if they did enhance it?
I still don't feel that way.
It's cultural appropriation?
No, I don't feel that way.
What about with hairstyles? Like, if some white girl was walking down the street with your exact hairstyle.
Take me down this road. I don't want to go.
I mean,
don't want to go.
Oh, Billy said this set looks dope. Thank you.
Thanks, Billy.
Thanks, Billy.
Wait, let's reverse back a minute. So let's go back to cultural things when it comes to weight. I really do think it's a cultural thing. Like, yes, she shouldn't have said it and blamed it. Now I'm using the word blamed on her culture.
Because she definitely blamed it on her culture.
because it's the reality of the matter is that depending on your culture, what is beautiful is going to be different in your eyes, so to speak, or what you find attractive, whether you're a male, woman, whatever. So, like, I just feel like whatever you like. So black guys, for the most part, they have big butts. So, I mean,
they do. My dad.
No, not really.
Never mind. Let me get my own drink. Wait a minute. You know what? Black men with a big booty. Okay.
What are you talking about?
He got a big booty, so I'll call him Big Booty. That's okay.
No, I'm saying women, like men usually like big butts or whatever. So black women typically have big butts if that, you know, because they feel like that's what men are attracted to or whatever. So like the whole thought of like getting the butt implants, butt implants and that kind of stuff, getting, you know, shots or whatever. It's to, I guess, meet that like desire that men have for, you know, and it's not always like a cultural thing, like as far as like where you're saying this whole like misappropriation. Some women, if they are attracted to black men, if they're from a different race, sometimes they will do those enhancements to make themselves more attractive to them if they feel like that is what they find attractive.
I feel uncomfortable when I see a white woman with dreadlocks. I really do. I don't know what it is. I just feel very like why are you doing this? Because, you know, it's a history behind certain hairstyles.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely.
And I feel like they're doing it because they smoked some pot with their friend and they just listened to Bob Marley all night and let me get dreadlocks. That's
Why
literally.
have you ever asked them?
No, because I just
Right,
drink.
so you can't assume.
And
you can't assume how
sometimes
somebody feels.
And sometimes people kind of assimilate, you know what I mean? Like they, you know, because they're hanging around certain people and they're part of certain situations, you know, and they really feel connected to, you know, that culture, you know, they kind of pick up, you know, some things. I honestly don't get mad about any of that.
Right.
None of it.
Yeah, I personally, like, I'm in the same way. Like, I don't care. If you, like, to me, I wouldn't want somebody to say something about something that I'm doing and make it seem like it's a part of their culture and it's something that I'm stealing from them. Why? Like, if it's something I like or enjoy, whether it's a hairstyle, it's a style of dress, whatever it is, I should be able to do it if that's what I want to do. And you shouldn't assume that I'm trying to take from your culture or anything.
Well, that's what they say. It's also reversed on. I don't want to say reverse. It's also put on us because they're like, okay, well,
You better not even say it because I'm about to shut it down. Go ahead, say
No,
it.
I'm not saying
ahead,
I say it. I believe in it because I clearly. No, they're like, oh, well, we can't wear cornrows and braids, but y'all can wear blonde wigs and all that other stuff. And I'm just like, no, it's not the same.
It's not, because African American people are born with blonde hair as well. And they could be born with blue eyes. They can be born with gray eyes. So because they can be born like that, it can't be appropriation.
But
And I feel real strongly about it because my son
well, yeah.
has blonde hair and all of that. So I just be like,
Would you gift your son plastic surgery
I would
if he
not
asked
gift
for it?
him.
Oh,
I would gift
okay.
him
I
these
didn't even get my
hands if
question
he
out.
asked me for his
Gift
plastic
you these
surgery.
hands?
Yes. Why would I do that? I don't even know. No, I would hope that I raised him well enough for him to love, you know, who he is, and be proud of who he is.
Well, there's kids out there that don't have mothers and fathers like you, so they feel like this is their only option. I mean,
What you mean that's their only option? What's their
like,
only
so
option?
it's parents, it's children out there that don't have a mother, a positive mother. It's encouraging them, telling them you're beautiful, telling them be proud of yourself and who you are. So of course, if they go to school and they're being picked on, they feel some type of way. Like, I don't look like this, and they're picking on me because I look like this.
Okay, so you get the plastic surgery, and then what?
Maybe they feel like they feel better.
And then what? Is it going to get you a better job? Is it going to get you...
I mean, changing your name gets you a better job. So I don't know what they thinking out there, these resumes. Looking at Ayana, I didn't know what they was going to hire me or not. They still call me Brianna, so.
I mean, I guess, I don't know.
I'm not.
I don't know. I just personally feel like to blame the parents or anything, like the choice to want to have plastic surgery or to choose plastic surgery is an internal choice. You know what I mean? Regardless of what's going on. So you can't say, oh, you didn't have a good parent because you decided to do plastic surgery. If I know that this is something that really bothers you for whatever reason, whether or not it's, some type of, larger nose that you just don't like and you inherit it from the line, but none of us have it for whatever reason. Maybe it's your great-great-grandfather and you decided you wanted to get it, and me as your mom decided to give that to you, even if I've been telling you for years to love yourself as you are, doesn't mean that now that I don't love or care about you. You know what I mean? Just because you're okay with that person changing something that they feel insecure about for whatever reason. Because sometimes that's the thing that's blocking you from, like you trying to talk about jobs, being confident in a job interview, or, being confident about yourself when you're dating or whatever it is you're doing in life. If your whole thought process is your nose, your nose, your nose.
Yeah, but I feel like, so when you're a kid, I want to say not to blame the parent, but I also want to say that a lot of it is on them, because I guess each situation is different. Right? Because sometimes parents do things that they don't really even know that they're doing, right? So telling them like I've heard or I've been told, don't suck on your lips. You're going to make your lips big. They're going to be soup coolers. Or don't rub your nose, or it's going to make your nose spread.
Right.
Those, it may not sound negative,
Right.
but it's negative.
Right.
And so if somebody keeps telling you that, then you start feeling insecure. Well, did I suck on my lips too much and now I got soup coolers? Is that a bad thing? I was born with these lips. Or, did I rub my nose too much and now that's too big? And you know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes it does the exact opposite of what you want it to do, right? So you gotta kind of I think each situation, whatever. But like for my mom, right? I always try to think back, what did my mom do to, why am I so confident, right? What did my mom do? So I always remember my mom just kind of encouraging, being very encouraging, other than doing the things that she was doing and me watching, but just being very encouraging. And when things happen, I don't know, I was in college, I dyed my hair blonde and all of it came out. And she was just like, well, you're still pretty. I mean, you're still beautiful, whether your hair long, whether it's short, whatever. And those things continue to nurture me. Right. So now if something was to happen to my hair, I'd be like, all right, well, whatever.
But with some kids, I think it depends on the child, because some children aren't very receptive to stuff like that all the time either. So it's definitely going to depend. You were going to say something?
No, I was just saying, Billy said women be appropriating in weaves, so.
Appropriating the weaves from where, Billy?
You don't think?
Where do weaves come from? Where?
I was literally about to fuck off. I was looking for an exit.
Where where did this come from? Who did I appropriate this weave from?
Okay, so that's a difference.
No, it's no.
No. I'm saying so that's what they say is the difference. I always think if you're talking about weaves and extensions, it's the whole lot, from your braids to your crochets to your wig, whatever. It's the whole lot. And then be like, no, my braids is different because that's a natural style. You had to add some hair, baby girl, whether it's Kankalon, whether it's human.
But where's the appropriation, though?
I think it's more so as if I'm putting on a blonde wig with a bang and then
did Caucasian people patent adding weave to your hair? Because I think not. Because back in Africa, they was doing cornrows with
he said Asian.
So
He
what
says
are you
your hair
talking-
came from Asian women.
Your mother. Anyway, well, damn, I take that back.
We just talked about it.
Y'all always take me there.
Not me.
Not me. You're not about to
It's
expose
Billy.
Spice and
Yeah,
Tokyo
right.
me. You're not about to do that to me.
It's Billy. It's Billy. He does it. Anyway, so basically, what I want to say is with the different cultures, I don't think you should blame your culture for your negative behavior. You
Right.
know, she said what she said because she was being ignorant. It
Right.
wasn't endearing. It wasn't in kind. It wasn't like, you know. And I feel like
She had a little smirk about it. That's what made me mad. Like,
yeah, it was for good TV. So you know, I would like going forward, because I really would like to have this discussion again. So if you are, can you know, tell us more, if you're following us, if you are watching this video right now, tell us more about your culture and how do they feel about weight loss,
Right.
and plus size women in your culture. You can write a comment on this video. You can also inbox us your comment and we will share it and continue the discussion.
Or if you want to talk to us privately, you can inbox us and we'll still have that discussion as well.
Yes.
Some people feel a little sensitive about it.
Well, yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes, if you don't want, you know, your personal information shared, we definitely won't do that. But this is definitely a discussion that needs to continue far beyond this platform so that we can kind of figure out not only what's going on, but how do we move past those deep and rooted things that kind of keep us feeling some type of way.
Right.
You know, when you go to Thanksgiving dinner
Right.
or when you're somewhere, et cetera. And to use that as a crutch, because it's not okay to use your culture.
But do
as a
you
crutch.
think that's maybe we're too sensitive sometimes in American culture?
Here we go with your sensitivity. Route Vance.
I wish somebody would bash
Look,
me at Thanksgiving
people
dinner.
are too sensitive, okay? At the end of the day, you know, yeah, she called her fat, and I thought that was inappropriate or whatever. But what I'm saying is, in general, if she says in her culture, and I don't disagree, I feel like you know when you hear about a lot of Caribbean cultures, they do that, like they call people fat and that kind of stuff, and it's not necessarily in a nice tone or anything like that, but it's in kind of like an argument.
So
of,
let me ask you this, and it's going to be real deep and real quick.
it's not gonna be deep.
It's
All right,
okay
walk off.
for her to call her, if it's okay, you're saying it's okay for her to call her fat because
No.
that's what they talk about
No,
in their
I'm not
culture.
saying that.
Okay, because that's what it sounds like. Because if she would have turned around and said something in reference to her being gay or a member of the LGBT community, the shit would have been shut down.
I
Right.
thought she was dating
Okay.
her boyfriend.
This is what I'm saying to you.
Oh, okay.
Stop
This is what I'm
Kurt
saying to
rumors,
you.
please.
We pick and choose when we want to say it's not okay and it is okay.
Right.
You know, certain groups of people are not playing with you.
Right.
And you better not say nothing crazy
Right.
or they're coming for you.
Right.
We have to get to a point, and I'm not even saying with sensitivity, I'm just saying have respect.
Right.
You know, so what your culture said, you just was being rude and disrespectful.
Right.
And it's unnecessary, you don't have to do that.
Okay.
So let's not make excuses for them just because that's what they do in their culture. Because I've seen some of them videos and them songs where they be like the roly-poly and they be throwing the girls up in the air and
Right.
bumping them across the floor.
Right.
I can't get with that.
Do you
Right.
feel like if it's okay in the Caribbeans to do that, that if she moved here and she was interacting with people here, she should adapt? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying she will adapt or she gonna get that pocketbook upside her head.
Pocketbook. I don't even get what you. Don't throw no pocketbook at me.
Pocketbook.
Is that what we really say?
Huh?
Is
It's
that?
a purse, but it's a
You know what a pocketbook is?
I'm not. I mean,
You've never heard it called that.
pocketbook. Yes, pocketbook.
We're not gonna do this.
That's fine. We don't have to do nothing. We can just
What can
drink
we
all day.
agree on?
Pocketbook.
What? I'm gonna agree that her comment was inappropriate, and I'm gonna also say that I
What
feel
could we agree on?
that her comment was inappropriate.
Okay.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
Okay. Cheers.
I'm not making. No, that's not a She forced that out of me. No, I want to agree on something. What can we agree on? No. She forced that out
Right. That
of
different cultures, that different cultures
me. Do different things.
look at body images differently.
Yes.
And that they find different body images more attractive or less attractive. Some find smaller body types more attractive. Some find larger body types more attractive.
Okay. I agree with you on that.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching Curls Rock Happy Hour. It's been a pleasure to have you here. Please don't forget to write your comment below. Tell us what's going on in